predictable publicity stunts from the Duke and Duchess of Delusion, which threatened to steal the limelight from the official proceedings. Now, no man knows more about all of this than the esteemed royal biographer of both King Charles and Meghan Markle, Tom Bower, who joins me.
You won't believe the drama with Harry and Meghan. So Harry has been acting all perfect since leaving royal life, but now things are about to get messy. Insider Leaks says author Tom Bower has secret tapes of Meghan saying real calculated stuff in private that could totally ruin their perfect story, and there's even a juicy bombshell that could blow everything wide open.
And really, I think there's more to come.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think she's the master of the unexpected to deliver, and it's all expected. So I'm sure that when Harry is here, or just before he arrives, something else will come out of California.
The rumors about rented kids that Palace called lies might be from Meghan's own words. And if the tapes come out, Harry's perfect image could vanish, showing he let it happen, while Meghan made secret moves that would shock everyone, and publishing people are buzzing about it.
It'll overshadow what the coronation is meant to be about, and not meant to be about her.
And our own Phil Dampier early in the show tonight revealing news that Harry has threatened that
the tapes are said to be from Meghan's private chats with Hollywood and media insiders. No fancy lights, no palace stuff, no fake smiles, just her talking openly about strategy, image, and brand. And they were recorded in casual but high-pressure places. Like dinners, calls, and whispered talks at events, this wasn't Meghan putting on a show.
That he didn't want to come. I've always said on the programme I didn't think they would come at all. I didn't think he would come, and I think he's looking for an excuse not to come, because I think quite clearly he has been put back into the guest list area of the Abbey rather than the front. And I suspect he'll look for an excuse.
This was Meghan talking to people she trusted, thinking no one would hear. And if Bower really has the tapes, someone in that circle must have leaked them because the stuff was too explosive in public. Meghan looks all perfect, every hair and word planned, but in these tapes that mask supposedly drops.
So that's our view, but it's not theirs. They need the money, and they need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income. So I think they're just stuck with the devil now. They're tied to Netflix, they're tied to their book, and all the criticism they're going to take means nothing.
What comes out is Meghan talking straight about who and what helps the Sussex brand. She supposedly speaks in very business-like ways, who can get them good press, which deals are worth it, and which people are done this kind of behind the scenes. Honesty, if it gets out, doesn't just hurt reputations. It breaks trust for years. People said Meghan is a manipulator, and if these tapes are real, they would prove it and make everyone see the real game behind the royal spotlight.
Because that's the only way they can earn their money.
Very interesting, actually. I don't know if you saw this from Tina Brown, who was, of course, one of the last people to see Diana before her death. She said the Duke and the Duchess are...
The phrase rented kids was always called a nasty online lie by Harry and Meghan fans, but people who say they heard the tapes claim Meghan herself used words like that when talking about public moments with Archie and Lilibet, not literally renting them, but saying using the kids in certain media stuff looked good, helped the brand, and fit the story perfectly and in the eyes of the public.
This was at the Henley Literary Festival, and she branded the couple D-list celebrities and said in Montecito their $14 million mansion is a humble cottage compared to what these other people have. And she added, at some point it might be more than a new house she's looking for. Elon Musk is still single. That's all I have to say. So do you agree with Tina Brown that there is...
It won't matter to people. The second they think you see your own kids as PR props, all the sympathy disappears. And for Harry, who said he would protect his family, that's not just a small hit, that's a big blow to his credibility, even if Meghan was talking. The real question is, what was Harry doing? Reports say he was there for some of these talks in the room or on speakerphone, and his actions or lack of them could leave everyone questioning his role in the whole story.
Behind what Meghan does, obviously you've written this book, Revenge, about her so recently, of course.
Well, of course, that has always been her motive. She is money obsessed and always has been. And that is why she married Prince Harry. A great surprise and disappointment was to discover that Prince Harry had very little money. she imagined he'd be worth hundreds of millions, if not billions.
If these tapes come out, every clip will be picked apart, and Harry's quietness could look like he was part of it. And being part of it can ruin your whole image when your new life is all about being a good rebel against the cold royal world. If the tapes show he knew about and agreed with using the kids for optics, it's over for his loving, protective dad image that he has been showing since 2020, and the reaction could change how everyone sees both of them forever.
And she's having to make up for it now. And that's why I think, I think Tina is a great journalist, and perhaps she has inside information. I don't see how the Sussexes can give up both the Netflix and the book deal. They won't be living in a Montecito cottage. They'll be more likely living somewhere in downtown LA, in a little hovel. That's their problem. They're stuck now. But, you know,
it could even get legal. Any off-the-record comments about contracts, deals, or private talks could put the Sussex in trouble if the tapes mention staged appearances, fake stories, docuseries, or twisted charity work. It could mean lawsuits from partners, sponsors, or old associates, and while Meghan might try to laugh it off, Harry has much less room to slip because he's always shown himself as the moral compass in every crisis.
The truth is about them that the only way I can conceive of Harry getting out of it now is if Charles would bail him out. Somehow he'd have to pay off Netflix, he'd have to pay off Random House's publishers. It would cost millions of dollars or pounds. But Harry might give that to him in return for a...
Harry has always tried to look like the honest guy calling out others, but if it comes out he laughed or stayed quiet, while shady plans were talked about, the hypocrisy will be impossible to hide for years. Palace insiders have hinted at why Harry and Meghan were not trusted in the royal world. They mentioned stuff we can't say and things they had to handle quietly, but never shared the full story.
Signed agreement never to knock the royal family again. That's the only thing I can imagine would actually end this confrontation. But I can't see Meghan signing that deal. Meghan has got no interest whatsoever in giving way, being silent. She wants the battle. She wants to rubbish the royal family and go on to bigger things. So I think that
if these tapes are real, then Harry's silence suddenly makes sense. They would explain why the palace kept them away from decisions, why they weren't trusted with important duties, and why royal invites were always conditional. It's a nightmare for Harry, because if the palace can show proof of Meghan and Harry talking about their kids and brand this way, everyone will start questioning everything they ever claimed.
This battle is going to go on. Hostilities have resumed, I think.
And that's the problem, isn't it, Tom? You know, they have signed this deal with the Hollywood devil, in this case, Netflix, and Netflix is now demanding its pound of flesh. They're not happy with this woke children's TV series.
The Sussex have built a billion-dollar dream around their own story, survivors of royal cruelty, mental health, heroes, and charity innovators. But brands only work if people believe in them, and belief is fragile. Companies, sponsors, and charities have already been burned by their unpredictability, and these alleged tapes could make everyone rethink working with them and make their empire wobble.
That Meghan wanted to do in some sort of twee documentary that Harry was planning about the Invictus Games. They want the dirt on the royal family, don't they, Tom?
Well, I think they've got the dirt. I mean, they've been filming now for more than a year. And I'm sure that everything that Harry spewed out to the ghostwriter for the book, he gave Netflix to, plus a lot more.
And imagine Netflix or Penguin Random House deciding it's too risky to invest. Imagine charities quietly cutting ties. It wouldn't be a slow fade, it would be instant collapse, because when your brand is your business, losing trust is like losing air. Harry's image as a devoted husband and dad has always been his emotional currency. It's why people forgave his brash moments, overexposure, and even the contradictions in his private life.
So they've got it in the can, so to speak. The only question now is whether they're prepared to dump it. I don't see why they should. I mean, this is their investment, and it'll come brilliantly at the end of The Crown. Netflix is in battle with all the other streaming services. They want to now push their own product. They don't care, rightly so. If the Sussex...
But the second people start thinking that you've turned your own children into brand tools, the whole story flips completely from the image of a loving, protective dad to a calculated opportunist, and here comes the cruel twist. Public outrage over using kids as PR props spreads fast. It's bipartisan, international, and almost instantaneous. The Sussex could face backlash, not just from gossip tabloids, but from mainstream media outlets, parenting groups, advocacy organizations, and even former celebrity allies who would never risk being linked to them. This is more than just bad press. It's a full-blown reputational disaster, like a Chernobyl moment for their carefully crafted public image and anyone who doubts that Tom Bauer would release. Something this explosive hasn't studied his career. He doesn't traffic in blind gossip. Every expose he's done is packed with documented interviews, timelines, and paper trails that make legal battles almost impossible if these alleged tapes exist. You can bet Bauer has meticulously vetted every detail, cross-checked every fact, and built a full legal shield, so when he releases them, there will be no friendly spin, no PR teams trying to reinterpret the meaning, no supportive media to soften. The blow, just the raw, unfiltered audio laid bare for the entire world to hear, and the part Harry may not fully understand yet, is that once this happens, there will be no olive branches, no quiet reconciliations, no private meetings to manage the narrative. It will be instant public judgment, and everyone watching will see exactly what was said, exactly what was planned, and exactly how both of them behaved behind the scenes, and the fallout could fundamentally change how the public sees everything they've built since leaving the royal family, their image, their deals, their credibility, their charitable work, and even the media narrative they've tried to control for years. Everything could be questioned in a way that even decades of careful PR work may not be able to fix, and the shockwave could ripple across streaming platforms, sponsors, charity partners, and celebrity networks, leaving them scrambling to manage alliances and trust while the world watches and speculates about every word, every gesture, and every decision captured in those alleged tapes, and the long-term damage to both of their personal brands could be irreversible, turning what once looked like a carefully managed empire into a public relations nightmare with consequences that reach far beyond headlines and into every aspect of their public and private lives. No secret Christmas invites at Sandringham, the possibility of ever bridging back to the royal family won't just fade away. It will be completely destroyed, reduced to nothing. The royals are experts at protecting the institution, and if the public even hears a hint of these alleged rented kids or catches Meghan talking about them and believes that Harry went along with it, they will close ranks instantly with no room for excuses or reconciliation for Harry. This won't just mean being sidelined. From royal duties, it could mean total isolation from the family, from public events, and from the carefully managed image he has tried to maintain since leaving the palace. It could mean the complete erosion of public trust, the end of goodwill from supporters, allies, and fans, and the collapse of any credibility he has built over the years. Every appearance, every statement, every carefully crafted public moment could be questioned, scrutinized, and dissected under a harsher lens than ever before. While the royal family quietly protects the institution and distances itself, the fallout could stretch far beyond just missing events. It could affect partnerships, sponsors, media deals, streaming projects, charitable collaborations, and any other public or private ventures, leaving Harry scrambling to defend himself and his reputation with nothing to shield him from criticism. The public will watch every reaction, every statement, every silence, every attempt at explanation as a reflection of his role in what could be seen as a deliberate exploitation of his own children for public image purposes, turning what once looked like a path to a new independent life into a trap of relentless public judgment, criticism, and lasting damage. That may never fully heal. It could redefine how the world sees both him and Meghan forever, potentially changing the narrative of their lives, their careers, even their personal relationships. The ripple effects could touch every alliance, every media deal, every partnership, and every charitable initiative they have been associated with, leaving them exposed to scrutiny, ridicule, and loss of influence on a scale they have never experienced before, and even years of careful planning and PR. Strategy might not be enough to recover from the storm that could come from these alleged tapes becoming public knowledge. It will mean complete exile from the family itself, and when the public watches a prince stripped of the prestige of his title, abandoned by Hollywood friends, and distrusted by his own relatives, the reality could be brutal, every carefully built image crumbling, every alliance questioned, every deal and project scrutinized. And the final act of this Sussex saga may not be a triumphant comeback story. It may instead turn into a long, cautionary tale of ambition, misjudged choices, and the high cost of public perception, showing just how quickly power, influence, and reputation vanish when trust is broken, and the stakes of fame and family collide in ways that leave lasting scars on both personal and public life. Hey everyone, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a video on UK Royal Expose. We bring you all the latest T-Royal drama and shocking stories broken down in a fun, juicy way. Stay tuned and join the fam now.